Okay, I think this is working. Hello there, guys. What's up? Matthew Chan here, back with a new video. It's kind of weird that I'm doing this kind of sit-down video. I haven't really done like a sit-down video like this in a while, and I just thought that I would go and highlight some things that happened in my 2024. Just dive a little bit deeper into some certain things. And for another video, I will probably go deeper to what I want to do for 2025, and I probably will release that video probably in the beginning of 2025. So keep a lookout on that. But I just want to do this because I know it's been a little while, like I said, that I did like a sit-down video like this, just kind of have like a chat with one-on-one like this, and just get to talk a little bit about my life and everything that's happened this year, because I think this year has been a roller coaster of different things that have been going on in my life. So I just thought that I would go share it. If you guys like this video, definitely go like down below and subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of interesting content coming up, especially for 2025, and I will go a little bit more deeper in that 2025 video. So once again, keep a lookout on that. And enough talk, let's start with this video. So obviously this year began in January of 2024. Everyone was just celebrating Christmas. Like I was celebrating Christmas with my family, went to London and celebrate my mom's birthday because her birthday falls on the new year. So it's been fun, been fantastic, and I really been enjoying my time. It was a great holiday, and I was very grateful to go to London because that was the first time I ever been to Europe. So I really enjoyed my time in London, even though I had a really bad sleep schedule, and on the first day of London that was terrible. Like we were so tired, but we just did not have any sleep, and we had to keep pushing forward because it was like a 5-hour jump. So yeah, that was fun. We just could not sleep on a plane for some reason, but overall the year kind of started out pretty well. I mean, everything that I mentioned kind of was a bit of 2023, but it lead up to the new year. And like I said, spending time with family, traveling, that was fun, and I really did enjoy that. But during near like the middle of January was probably one of the hardest things that I had to go through, because I don't say I was in a talking stage with someone, but I definitely was I felt like I had a really good connection with this one individual that I don't need to mention, don't need to say her name and anything. But this individual really did mean a lot to me at that time, and I really did have feelings for her, and I really did want to do more things with her, because around December is when we did something, and that was a really fun time. Like I took her out to a place and we give gifts and everything, and that was fun. I really enjoyed that. But my feelings for her changed in the course of time. So around January was when I wanted to try and confess my feelings towards her. But then things happened, and unfortunately it didn't go well. I don't necessarily need to go too deep into that because that's something I try to move on. But there's a lot of things that I wish would have been better, in this situation per se. But that really left me heartbroken. So in like the end of January and pretty much through February, I was very bitter, in a state of deep sadness, and I really did not want to go and do anything. And I distract my time with family, with the things I enjoy, because that's usually the best way to move on from stuff like this. That if something comes in your way, usually doing what you love and doing what you enjoy usually takes away from that pain. But honestly, I just could not bear it. It was really, really tough, because this was like my real first heartbreak that I ever dealt with, and I didn't really know what to do in this situation or how to personally move on. So it took me at least 3 months to maybe feel like myself again. But definitely those feelings that I had did not left at all until maybe near around this college era, because I really didn't think too much about it, and I think I'm in a state where I feel at peace. It is tough, it does suck, but you will definitely get out of it. And I think that's just to show that that person just wasn't meant to be in your life. I always feel like there's always a reason for why something happens. So if something doesn't go your way, then there's a reason behind that. It sucked for me, and I definitely think for maybe your circumstances it sucked too. But you will definitely get out of it, and it may take time, it may take months, but eventually you will get out of it and you'll be in a better position, which is what happened near my college days, which I will go a little more deeper into in just a bit. But a crappy beginning of the year. Around the same time, I discovered a shocking revelation, and I didn't personally know how to feel about it. I still have some contact with some of them today, but they were the only ones that really stood up and really were like, we know what we did was wrong and we messed up. And there was a few other people that try to hide it and try to be like, oh yeah, we never said that, but they did own up to it. So I had to deal with that and with the heartbreak of that girl. So it was tough, and it was the end of my senior year. The end of my senior year was not bad. I had prom. That was enjoyable, even though many people did tell me that I should not go to prom if I did not have a date, which was once again another reason why I think I was really heartbroken, because I also imagined taking her to prom, which I think that's another thing too of why the heartbreak was so difficult for me, was that I had to constantly think of her, and I envisioned like a future, which you should never do in any sort of, if you're in a talking stage or whatever, never think of the future, because that's what killed me. I feel like if I was like, oh, I could do this with this, I could, we could do this together. We can go to dinner or go to the pool or something like that. I think too much of that, and I think that's what ultimately killed me. So don't ever do that. If you're in a talking stage, keep it going, and when it gets like, if it's becoming serious and you guys are actually in a relationship, that's when you can maybe start planning those sort of things out. Don't do what I did. That was not a good idea. But yeah, like prom happened, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. I did record some videos, but I did feel some sort of way because I kind of went prom by myself. I didn't really have like a group of friends I hanged out with. Like the person that I was having feelings for obviously was with her boyfriend, and my friends were doing their own thing, and I keep calling them friends, but they weren't really friends. So I guess friends. Okay, I'm gonna quote it now. So it was tough. It really was tough, and I enjoyed my time. I danced. I did my own thing, and it was fun. I got on the dance floor. I got kind of crazy on it. Did the gritty when that was popular, or I don't know. If there's one day like I don't know. I just did dances, and I went crazy. Like everyone seemed like they had a great time, but there's definitely were feelings of me being like, I definitely wish I could have done more to try and bring experience to someone, which I couldn't do. So that was once again another hard thing. And around that time, that was near the end of my senior year, which I mentioned countless times already. That was also the time when everyone was trying to get out of school. Finals were happening. So around that time was definitely when I was kind of done with the school. I honestly was really, really done with the school. But there were things that were making me feel better about it and making me not really want to rush for school. Like I said, prom was one day, and there was like this charity event or charity thing that happened, which was supporting, I think, childhood cancer, which that was fantastic. I had a great time. I performed a little bit of my song, and that also leads up to the big highlight was that I actually performed my song in front of a big crowd, and I think I did that on April, so like around the same time when prom and all that happened. So it was fun. It was fantastic, and I really did enjoy performing my song to everyone in my school. That was something. So like I said, I know that I'm missing a lot of like things that really brought me down, but there was a lot of things that really happened around near the end of my school year that I really did enjoy. Doing my song, performing it in live in front of my whole entire school. And then on my very, very last day of school, I dropped GC Chronicles, which was my first ever album I ever released ever. And that's something that I will be thankful and grateful for my school. And, it's something that will always be a memory of me of releasing my first ever album, because for GC, it's the GC legacy. And, that's a part of my life that I had. And I was just glad that I was able to make that into an album. So like I said, that was great. Doing the album, prom, and battle the classes. There were just so much things that distract me from the negative, and I think at some point the positive was much more than the negative. So I think around that time I felt the best and felt great. But like I said, I think maybe like one of the last few days of school was when that mindset happened again, that it was like, oh yeah, ready to get out of the school. Like I'm done with the school. Just get me out of here. And there's actually one thing that I never mentioned, but there was one thing that my mom actually told me, being like, oh man, like I want to get pictures for your graduation because graduation happened, and but she said that I didn't look really happy in any of my photos, so I didn't really get anything. Like I didn't buy any photos or anything like that because you didn't look happy. And I don't think it's personally to say that I wasn't happy. Like I was glad to do the whole celebration, but I think a lot of moments came into my head because it was kind of like the biggest realization, being like, shoot, I'm done with high school forever. Like I'm going to go be independent. I'm going to go be distantly far away from my family. I'm not going to see them like every day like I used to anymore. Like my life is changing in front of my eyes. And I think the biggest thing that hit me hard, that I still currently remember from my graduation, was when my principal was like, this will be the last time you will ever be together in a big room like this with everyone that you've seen. Like this will be the last time. Like even in a reunion, it will never be the same again. And when he said that, when the president of my school said that in front of it, that like hit me like a truck, because it's like, it will never, there's no way that anything can be the same size as our class ever again. Like it will never ever happen again, because there's always going to be maybe one or a few people that despise the school or never want to touch foot on the school again. And even the girl that I mentioned told me like near one of those last days, like she barely wants to come back. So it's crazy. And I don't know, I actually recently came back to school. It just hit me like a truck when he said that, because I'm like, life is changing in front of my eyes. So when my mom was saying like, oh, you don't look happy in those pictures, it probably wasn't I wasn't happy. I think I was just constantly thinking like how my life is changing. I didn't know what to do about it. That just seems like something that I didn't really think. And here we are now, about to leave the school for the last time, and I probably will not see the school ever again, or so I thought. So now we're gonna move on, because around the summertime was when a lot of things happened in between. Around May was when I dropped the album, and I was saying that I wanted to do a deluxe, which I never dropped the deluxe. And I think I made one video explaining what happened to the deluxe. But just to quickly sum it up, I didn't feel inspired to do it anymore, because I think I was tired with making good council songs. And even some people started being like, oh, we're going to make a council freestyle or what? And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to do any more music for the year, which I did come back. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. This is a mix of emotions, and I think I was straightened out. So I didn't really want to do more good council related songs. And I think around that time, I wanted to do more features, but I think everyone was already moving on with summer. So I didn't necessarily think it was the right time or make sense to make a deluxe. So I kind of moved on from it. I, haven't done any songs for it. Kind of got some beats for it, but I didn't really make any actual content for it. So that kind of was like around the end. And then obviously on the beginning of June was my birthday, and I turned 18. That was a fun time. I spent time here with my family. I try to remember what I actually did on my birthday. There's so much things that happened this year that it's really hard to remember. What did I do for my birthday? Okay. I now just remember. Sorry. It took me like a really, really hot minute. But for my birthday, hibachi, which was really, really fun. I enjoyed that, bringing all my family to go and eat some good dinner at hibachi. I enjoyed it. This was like one of my favorite hibachi places around where I live. And, I always come there, and, me and my dad and my mom and, most of my family, we always come to this hibachi place because it's just so fun. It's enjoyable. Love the people cooking the food there. And, I really do enjoy the food because they really do taste good. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's their ingredients, but they're really, really delicious. What's really hype about this hibachi party? So, I got my whole family. But yeah, there was some problems with the hibachi place because obviously it was for my birthday, so everyone was trying to dress nicely for my birthday. But that place was hot, like really, really hot. I don't know if it was because it was summertime or the weather was it, or so much people cooking at the same time, but it was really, really hot. And everyone was like burning. Like some of my cousins were wearing pants and they were like sweating really badly. And I'm about to tell a funny story. So when we came to hibachi place, my mom gave the cake because they're like, oh, put it in the back, put it in like the freezer or the fridge or whatever, right? So they put the cake in there. They took the cake from my mom and in the fridge or whatever. So obviously we cooked food and the food took like an hour or so to cook. Then after that, after we were done eating the food, they brought the cake and there was a box, right? And then all of a sudden, when we opened the cake and we were about to take it out, we saw that the cake was melted. Damn, I was shocked. I don't know how my cake could have been melted. Like, that was wild to me. That how did the cake melted? Like, that's crazy. And then all my family was like, oh no, Matthew's cake is ruined. Oh no, what are we gonna do about it? And I'm like, it's fine. We still eat the cake. And the cake was still edible. It's not like you couldn't eat the cake, but it was like kind of melted and kind of smushy, and some of the lettering for like my name and everything kind of got cut off and everything. So it was like, what happened? Like the restaurant kind of effed up my birthday a little bit, because like my cake, you can't effed up the birthday boy's cake. That's just it. You can't ruin that, But and then I kind of got some concerns too, being like, how did the cake melt? Does that mean that they didn't put it in the fridge, or maybe the fridge is not in the right temperature or something? Like, it started making me raise concerns, be like, oh, maybe the food we're eating is not good and blah, blah, blah. But, I just ignored that and I just enjoyed the cake. And, everyone sings happy birthday. And, it was a good birthday. I enjoyed it, and I mostly enjoyed my family there, which was the most important thing to me. I don't think I would be really in a good state. So I really thank my family for everything. And I really do appreciate that birthday of mine. So yeah, 18th birthday. I did hibachi. And that was fantastic. I think I did something else for my 18th birthday that was not just hibachi, but I can't necessarily remember. Dang. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out like right now. Before he goes figure it out, editor Matt here, I just want to add a little something too before I say this, because what I talk about is something that happened around graduation, which was kind of part of my birthday celebration. But I also forgot to mention this whole entire video how June was super packed, because not only I did hibachi, graduation kind of happened like 2 weeks before that, but I forgot to mention that I literally watched the GOAT play soccer, Leon Messi. Like, I literally saw the GOAT, touch grass and literally played in the field. Like, not many people can say that, and it was fantastic to see Messi and Argentina play against Guatemala. That was such a fun game, and I really did enjoy that. And yeah, I completely forgot to mention that. That was something that happened. But I think the main reason why I forgot about this was because around the same time was also when summer camp happened, which I think I do talk a little bit later in the video. But I just completely forgot that I literally saw the freaking GOAT play soccer. So yeah, that's why I'm mentioning it. And let's get back to the video. He's gonna talk about I don't know, the place that his dad took, which, by the way, great food, by the way. But I don't have any pictures of it. Maybe I have a picture. I'll probably add it. So yeah, back to the video. Okay, now I just remembered. Actually, during graduation, that's when my dad and my stepmom actually celebrated my birthday. It was kind of like a graduation mixed with a birthday, and we went to this very fancy restaurant. I don't remember what it was, but they had like the best dish. I think it was like called Cloud 9 or something, and my God, that was like an experience. And every single food that they delivered was like just like a crazy taste in your mouth. So thank you, Dad, and my stepmom and Allison for taking me there. That was fun, and I appreciate that. That was really good food. I'm sorry I don't remember. It just kind of got mixed in with the graduation and that. So I went to graduation. Then my dad took me to this place and my dad and my stepmom took me to this place to go and celebrate, dinner or, celebrate my graduation and my birthday. And then the following week is when we had the hibachi. And that's when, I had a great hibachi dinner, even though my cake was ruined. So thank you. Thank you for ruining my cake. I'm joking. I really didn't mind. Like, it's fine. Everyone wants to eat the cake. Okay, but after that, my summer was very, very chill. I just spent my time and, went to the pool, did basic stuff here, played some video games, the usual. But then obviously I wanted to do something I haven't done, and which is to get a job. And during summer is when I got my first real job for summer. And that was me being a camp counselor in my sister's school. And working there was fun. There was some things that I, had my feelings about, which, it's mostly because there were some things that we had to do early in the process to make it enjoyable. Like this camp was very different from any camp you think. It's like there's like individual camps in one big camp, and we had to come up with like the ideas and make up with the plans and that sort of stuff, which, that's not bad, but you have to do it for 7 weeks and it could get a little bit tiring. I really, really enjoyed my time, even though it was tedious figuring out plans and figuring out things like, what should we do this day or we should do that. But overall it was great, made a lot of great new friends, and, working with them was a pleasure. And I probably am going to return this summer. Not so sure yet. It depends on what's happening during the next semester, which is 2025. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be fun, very, very fun for my college days, which I'm going to get there very, very soon. I promise. But, working at this camp was really inspiring because it got me closer to my faith, and it also got me a better understanding with kids and, getting to know them. And, it was just a great experience, and it really does, I think, help boost me up and made me feel more confident in myself, because I didn't really felt like I had that. I think it's great for me personally because it really helped me, got me better at communicating and better at understanding one's needs and helping them out with tasks. It's making their summer fun, because I really think that's the main goal that this camp was, to make it enjoyable for the kids. Obviously, near the end of the camp, which, like I said, no hate towards, the camp, which I think everyone in my camp can vouch for, but near the end it got very, very tiring because it's like every day we get up like at 7 or 8 o'clock, and sometimes we don't get to leave till 6, so it's like a regular work day. I feel like we were doing the same thing and it gets very, very repetitive. So I definitely don't think I'm the only one that felt that per se. I don't hate it. It's part of a job, and it's great to experience that. Like I've never personally experienced that, so the fact that I did that, and I think that was a thing that I personally needed. And I really did enjoy my time in the camp because every Wednesday we had like a social night and we did something fun. We get pizza, we got Chipotle one time, and then we play like volleyball or kickball, or it was fun. It really felt like a family, small family, and it was just fun getting to know all these other people, like some people from good counsels and some people that were about to go in college like me. So it was great. I enjoyed it, and who knows, I may potentially come back again for the summer. And there is a reunion happening sometime like in January 6th, sometime in the beginning of January, like January 6th or 5th. So I may need to pull up to the reunion. We'll see about that. So yeah, I enjoyed my time, and that definitely distracted me from the ultimate thing that I was most nervous about, or the most like I want to do it. And that was college. The biggest thing that I've been trying to push back and ignored was college, because my God, I did not want to go to college. I hated the idea of being by myself and living on my own and everything like that. And I don't know why. That's just how I felt. And I didn't really felt like I was going to meet anyone significant or meet anyone great or anything. And I remember like during one of my orientation days, which I think in like the first day of camp or something. So I missed the first day of camp. Great. That was like orientation. And, I kind of was like, okay, this school, not bad. I I don't hate it, but I wasn't excited about it. I wasn't driven to be excited about college because there was nothing from that experience that really made me be like,
oh yeah, college is it. College is life, bro. Like, I am so excited about college.
Like, my life is going to change forever. Like, I did not get that. And I was so down, like, didn't want to go to college, hate the idea of college, everything about that. And then eventually the day came, and that was probably the toughest day because, having to say goodbye to my mom and my sister, even though we're only like an hour and a half away, but, I'm no longer was really in this house anymore. Like, you wouldn't see my face every day that much anymore. And that kind of hit my mom a bit, and my sister too. And I think the main thing that I really felt, and sorry if I get a bit emotional here, but the biggest thing that I didn't know how to move on was how my sister and how she's going to react to that, because she means so much to me, and I didn't know I was going to do that anymore. So I think that was the biggest thing that moved me too, is like how she going to react, because I already talked to my dad and my stepmom, and they were like, we understand the whole transition is part of life, but your sister probably doesn't understand that. And I think that hit me the most because I didn't know how she was going to feel. And I think my mom was in the same position too, knowing that she also knew that it was my time to move on and, go out and, experience the college life. I just didn't know if like my sister could handle that. And, I think she handled it strong, and, we're definitely fine. Like, we had a great day today. Like, at the time of recording this, we watched the new Sonic movie. That was low-key hype. That was a really good movie, and we had a pretty nice dinner. So, I'm going to be here for a month, with with my mom, and I'm going to see my dad tomorrow, which I haven't seen in a long time. So, I think it's great, but obviously with family members, it's always tough to move on, because it's like, or, move from a different location away from them, because, you're so used to seeing them like every day, but you're just not seeing them anymore. And I think that was the toughest thing to accept, and the first day was really tough because I arrived in my dorm. My mom said goodbye to me, and my dad took me to Towson and to help me pack up, and my stepmom too, and we got some stuff. I just didn't know how to feel. I when I arrived in my dorm, I didn't want to be there. I really did not want to be there. But then obviously I think I got used to it, and I can gladly say I am enjoying college. I am actually enjoying college. It's been fun. It really has been fun. Sorry, I know this sounds kind of weird because I was like being like really emotional, and then I'm like, yeah, college is fun, kids. But for real though, I think after a few days, after I got adjusted with my schedule and everything, I'm like, this is good. I need to go back to the gym beginning of next year. That's definitely a goal of mine. But I enjoyed it. I was like working out every day. I got good food, and it just felt great being at campus. Like in the first week or so, there was like a bunch of activities. There was like a magician, a comedian, like a pretty famous comedian. I forgot his name, but he's a very famous comedian, TikTok, like I said, magic show. There was a disco and party, and it was fun. It really was fun, and it really helped me felt like the community, and made me felt like Towson was my second home. Yeah, I eventually got to clubs, which helped me got to more movie projects, which by the time this video is out, those films are probably out. So definitely go check it out. I'll put it in the description or pop it here for you guys to see like the timestamps for when those films come up, so you can go watch it. But it's been fun, and this happened all in the end of August, which was kind of unfortunate because that was when my dad had his birthday, and I think that was probably one of the my dad said that was the first time I didn't spend his birthday on his actual date, but I don't know. But it was the first time that I was away in college. I physically cannot attend his birthday, which, was unfortunate. But, definitely for maybe next year, we can do a birthday earlier and celebrate his birthday, like I said earlier. I'm repeating myself. And, spend time with him, and, let's just plan things out a little bit better, because I know around the same time as like a week ago, is my sister's birthday, which I actually did spend my time with my sister, which I now completely forgot, but I went to the beach in the end of August, which was really fun. And I got some beautiful pictures here. I can't really say anything about that trip because let's just say a hurricane came in that trip and pretty much canceled the whole trip. Testing. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I accidentally pushed the power off button for this. So I, knocked it off and made it, not work. So that would have been bad if I continued the video and there was no more audio. So great job, I figured that out. But yeah, when we went to, I think it was some beach in North Carolina. There was a tropical storm happening at that time. So it was very, very unfortunate because, this was a beach that they planned out and got canceled because of a tropical storm that we could not control of. We eventually spent time in my stepmom's parents' house because they live 4 hours away. So it wasn't too bad of a drive to go over there and, spend the rest of the summer vacation in their house. But it was definitely unfortunate and I felt bad for, my grandparents and, the fact that the trip was canceled and they couldn't do anything about that. So we can't control whether it just happened. So now back to college, after that I got used to it. And then September, that's when I met so many fantastic people. One night I just went to this football field and, we just took this cool photo and, it was fun. We were just laying the ground in the football field. And it's weird because this football field is nearby a detention center for people that need help in life, or I don't know what it is, medical help or mental health, or they're in there for crimes or something. I don't really know, but they're in a detention center and it's literally right nearby. And so I didn't know how to feel about that. And we actually did a little sprint, which that was cool because there was obviously the football field, but there's a track around it. It was just fun. I really did enjoy those times. It was fun staying up really late, which even though it really effed up my schedule and ultimately cut me out from going to the gym because I spend more time with my guys. But I just met so many incredible people, and it was fun. Around that same time I joined the club and, like I said, got closer to, filmmakers and film things and everything like that. And pretty much, that just happened and it was a great time in September. I think October for me was definitely a little bit more of a chiller month. Definitely did hang out and this stuff. Didn't really do anything Halloween related. I know there was a lot of Halloween stuff. The only Halloween thing that I kind of did was this kind of small Halloween party. There's a photo of it. Didn't really bring any costume because I just didn't really dress up for Halloween. I haven't really dressed up in Halloween years, so I didn't really think of doing a costume this year. So, but yeah, I went to a Halloween party and that was enjoyable. And there's just so many photos that could probably pop up with different games or me just posing in my dorm. And, grateful for such a great first semester, even though there was definitely moments of me being worried about my grades because I have to put a standard. There's a chip on my shoulder that I need to do good because if I don't do good, my scholarship may get canceled, which I don't want that to happen. But, I've been pushing through it and I did pass my classes. So I am in the good for that. Pretty much August, September, and October were just months of me going out, experience, watching movies with people, playing games with people, meeting new people. And, it really has been a fun time. And I am glad that I met these people because they really did make me feel like I had a purpose in life for the first time, and a purpose of being with them, and a purpose of being their friend. I actually felt like I was being cared and being, understood for the first time. So I am thankful for that. And, yeah, I'm just great. I'm just grateful for what college has got me into. And then pretty much November was probably my most busiest month, as in November, the first week of November, I did my own film called The Bro Code, which I'll give some more details on it, but on maybe another video, which is a personal project of mine. But unfortunately for some, issues, if you watch my bloopers video, I said it was going to come out early 2025, but I'm thinking it's going to happen more mid of 2025. So keep a lookout. And, I also then the following week, I did a movie called The Tolerance, a short film called Intolerance, which that was fun to make. That was like my first time actually being in a professional set, if you like to call it, with a lot of crazy equipment. Then the following week I did a zombie film, which was really fun. Danced my butt off, which once again, I'm gonna pop it on the screen. Definitely go check it out. It's in this video and it's in this timestamp, so go check that out. And even though I said to go check out like my films, definitely go check out all of them if you want. I think everyone who has been involved in those projects will definitely appreciate it. But like I said, the films that I participate in are definitely in there. And then obviously it was near the end of November, which is kind of the time when I was like, I need a break from film. So I just only helped out with a project for one day, and yeah, it kind of got stressful there. Here we are. We're in December now. I pretty much think I highlight every single month. I know I jumped a little bit by fixed day editing or something, but here we are in December, and this is my first week off, and I am happy. I think I'm in a better mindset that I ever been in a long time, and I am grateful. I am overall grateful, and I'm really pumped for you guys to see what I got cooking up. There's a lot of things that I am working, the album, and I'm just very excited for you guys to see. It's gonna be a fun 2025, and I'm thankful for this year, with all the ups, because right now I think the beginning of the year was probably when I was in the most lowest of lows, but I think right now I'm in the highest of highs, with meeting incredible people and meeting people that I never thought I would meet in my life. And I am ready to see what 2025 has to hold. So thank you guys so much for watching me talk for, I don't know how long this video is. It's probably another 30 to 45 minute video again, so sorry about that, I guess. Definitely look forward to my 2025 video, like my goals and what I'm planning on doing for 2025. I think that video will definitely be much more shorter because I got like a few goals in mind, and I can highlight them and talk about them very briefly. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all you guys are having a great holidays. I know probably when this video is done, the holidays are probably over. Maybe New Year's hasn't happened yet when I upload this video, but we'll see. But with that, hope that all you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys around.